All right, here we go, guys. I'm going to run over this way. I'm running there. Okay, running up. Okay, there's the building. There's the building. Let's surround a perimeter. Let's build a perimeter. I'll get the right. I'll get the right. I'll get the right. All right, all right. You guys get left. Go left. Surround the building. All right, so what is this crazy Mr. Pratt doing? What is this crazy Mr. Pratt doing? This crazy Mr. Pratt is talking about the word perimeter. And perimeter is the distance around an object or a shape. In that instance, if we go back to that video, or at least the concept of that video, we're talking about what those guys were about to do around that building. They were going to surround a perimeter. Those military men were going to go in and surround the building. Okay, so this is establishing a perimeter as far as the military is concerned, or putting men all the way around a building, all the way around the building. Okay, so if I were to draw a shape here, and let's just say a rectangle. Okay, there's my rectangle. If I want to talk about the perimeter of that rectangle, I am talking from here all the way to there, over to there, all of this, and all of that. Okay, the distance, that entire distance around, there to there, down to there, over to there, and up to there. Which means we need to know what the length here is and what the width here is. Okay, now let's move forward just a little bit and take a look at this park here. Now I've got a man here named Berto. Let's talk about Berto for just 1 second. Now Berto here Berto's going for a walk around the park. Okay? And if Berto's going to walk around the park, what if Berto wants to know how far he walks in one trip around the park? Okay, so he walks a trip around the park, and he wants to know how far he walked. He's going to have to know the distance that he walked coming up here, the distance that he walked over there, the distance that he walked there, and the distance that he walked there. So he's going to have to understand and know the length of the park there. And maybe we'll even bring Berto into our picture here. Whoa, he's huge for this park. Oh well. Okay, so Berto is going to walk 6 yards to go up that way. So we have a 6. And then Berto is going to walk 12 yards that way. So we have a 12. And then Berto is going to walk 6 yards that way. So we would have another 6. And then to complete his trip around the park, Berto is going to have to walk 12 yards that way. So we have another 12. So how far did Berto walk total? Okay, for one trip around the park, we're going to add all of that together. Well, 6 and 2 is 8, and 8 and 8 is 16, so we're going to put a 6 and carry our 1, and 1, 2, 3. Berto walked 36 yards to go around the park. That is the perimeter of that rectangle. Okay, 6 plus 12 plus 6 plus 12. I want you to also notice that that could have been, there are 2 6s and there are 2 12s. So 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 12 is 24. So there's lots of different ways we can do 2 6s and 2 12s. Or we can do 6 and 12 and 6 and 12. And they both get us to that same 36 yards. So let's take a look at another example. Okay, so we've got length and width. Without assigning them numbers, okay, what's the distance across up here? That's going to be whatever the length is. And the distance across over here, it's not labeled. Oh no, that's going to be whatever the width is. So if we want to think about this as formulas, we're going to have length, and maybe I'll give that a little curly Q just so you know it's an L and not a 1, plus, so there's the length, plus the width, plus the length, plus the width. So we have length plus width plus length plus width, or 2 times whatever the width is, plus 2 times whatever the length is. 2 times length plus 2 times width, or length plus width plus length plus width. So let's put that into a real situation here, real numbers. Let's take a look at this square. 2 times length plus 2 times width. Well, my length is what? Right there. My length is 6. So this is going to be 2 times 6. And my width is 6. So that's also going to be 2 times 6. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 6 is 12. 12 and 12 is 24. Now let's not forget our units. It is 24 inches. Okay. Or we could do it the other way. 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. Now I want you to notice something if your rectangle happens to be a square. I have here very repeated addition in this problem. 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. So that is 4 times 6. So we very much have this 2 and 2 would just be 4 sixes, or 4 times 6, which is 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. And all of those come to that same 24 inches. 6 plus 6 is 12, 12 plus 6 is 18, 18 plus 6 is 24, or 4 times 6 is 24. Two more example problems here. Okay, we've got 8, 8, 8, and 8. Now we can think about this like the square it is, or we could think about it like a rectangle. Let's just start with the rectangle and think about it as 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, and just add all 4. 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. Okay, we could think about it as the rectangle it is still, and do 2 times 8 plus 2 times 8. Or we could think about it like the square, just a very specific type of rectangle. There are 4 8s there, which would be 4 times 8. All of those are going to get us to the same answer. 8 plus 8 is 16, 16 plus 8 is 24, 24 plus 8 is 32. 2 times 8 is 16, 2 times 8 is 16, 16 and 16 is 32. Or 4 times 8 is 32. And again, let's not forget our units. Each of those lengths was centimeters, so that is 32 centimeters. Okay, one more example here of just a straight through, and then I've got a couple of twists I'm going to throw at you and we'll be done. Okay, 7 and 4. So we've got the same idea. We can just do 7 plus 4 plus 7 plus 4. 7 plus 4 plus 7 plus 4. Or we can do our 2 times 7, because there's 1, 2 7s, and add to that 2 times 4, because there's 2 4s. We can do either of those problems and we're going to get to the same thing. 7 plus 4 is 11. 7 plus 4 is 11. And 11 and 11 is 22. Or 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 4 is 8. And 14 and 8 is 22. Now again, let's not forget our units. 22 inches. Okay, so those are the straightforward. You're just going to add all 4 ways around. What if I have a missing side? I kind of covered this in the very beginning. As long as we're talking about a rectangle here, 4 sides, a rectangle, we know that alternating sides are the same. So if that's 10, that's 10. If this is 6, that is what? Yeah, 6. So my missing side there is 6 yards, which means I can do 10 and 6 is 16, and then multiply that by 2 to get my 32 yards. Okay, so all I did was take my 2 times 10 and my 2 times 6, and I did my adding first and then multiplied. Okay, so just know that with your rectangles and squares, remembering that those opposite sides are going to be equal. What if it doesn't tell me, but it draws it out like this? This should be pretty self-explanatory as well. Can you count with me? 1, 2, 3. So that side is 3. 1, 2, 3. That side is 3. Now it doesn't tell us what units. Are we talking inches, feet, miles? We don't know, so we're just going to refer to it as 3. Oh, my handwriting is horrible, but that's okay. 3 units by 3 units, which tells us that this side is also 3 and this side is also 3. So we have 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, or we have 2 times 3 plus 2 times 3, or just simply 4 times 3. Now if you look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So even if I just count them when it's drawn out like this, I come to that same answer of 12 units. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Basically understanding that perimeter is the distance around an object. So if I know all of those distances, I just have to add 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, 7 plus 4 plus 7 plus 4. Or if I can remember those formulas to simplify, if it's a square, I can just times whatever the side is, or here is 7 plus 4, and then times that by 2, or 2 times 7 plus 2 times 4, however you want to look at it. Okay. If I've got the missing side, it's remembering that opposite sides are equal, and if it just gives me the boxes drawn like so, then I just have to count them so that I know that it's 3 units by 3 units, or whatever. Okay. As we end this lesson on perimeter, let's just go out with a little bit more gameplay. Okay, we're running around. Player 3. Hey guys, okay, we have a perimeter. We've surrounded the door. Let's throw a bomb. Oh, wait. Yep, running up the stairs. Okay, guys, we got 'em. All right, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please remember, all you have to do is reach out.